For years, Mac users have been left behind when it comes to gaming, but today, playing classic Nintendo games on Mac is easier than ever. In this series, we're looking at the best emulators for every console, what makes them special, and which one are worth using. Starting with the NES, my pick is OpenEmu. It's one of the easiest options for Mac because it feels more like a game library than a traditional emulator. You can drag and drop games, customize your controller, organize your library, add cover art, use save states, and apply shaders. It's simple, stable, and just works. For SNES, Super C SNES stands out because it adds a lot more than basic emulation. You get enhancements like widescreen support, Mode 7 improvements, higher resolution graphics, and more upgrades through future updates. For Game Boy and Game Boy Color, you really have two great choices. OpenEMU is the easy option, it's basically plug and play. RetroArch gives you more advanced options, especially if you want features like 3D Pokemon or multiplayer setups. Most people will be happy with OpenEMU. For GBA, OpenEMU keeps things simple. You get controller support, shaders, an easy layout. Sometimes the best emulator is the one that doesn't get in your way. Melon DS might look complicated at first, but it's actually easy to use. You can move the screen around, adjust your layout, and use your mouse as the touchscreen. The touch controls are accurate, so it feels much better than you might expect. For 3DS, Citra is the popular choice. High resolution and mod supports make it a great way to experience these games. But honestly, a modded 3DS is still one of the best ways to play because you get the original hardware and portability. Now we get to the N64. Go for 64 is a great way if you want the original experience. No crazy upgrades, just the game looking and sounding close to how they did back then. If you want a more modern look, OpenEMU gives you shaders and customization. But the most exciting thing happening with the N64 is native PC ports. Games like Ocarina of Time and other classics show what these games can become with higher frame rates, widescreen support, texture packs, and mods. Now we get to one of the most popular emulators on Mac, Dolphin. Dolphin is basically everything you want from an emulator. You get high resolution support, save states, mod supports, a clean interface, built-in updates, cover arts, and even playtime tracking. Recent updates have even added support for Triforce arcade games. But it's just like N64, something interesting is happening. GameCube PC ports are starting to become the next evolution. Projects like Dustlight show that these games can become with higher frame rates, better resolution, quality of life options, mods, texture packs, and more. Dolphin will always be a great way to play these games. But as more PC ports appear, the way the experience GameCube is changing. For Wii games, the only tricky part is the motion control. If you have a Wii controller set up, the experience is great, but some games can take extra configuration to get everything feeling right. Even with that, Dolphin is still one of the best ways to experience this console. And then there's the Wii U. It doesn't work. Yes, Semu is the main way to experience Wii U games, and I can't get it to run something as simple as Wii Sports. Yep. Oh well, moving on. And finally, Virtual Boy. The red and black visuals aren't for everyone, but OpenEMU handles it easy, and honestly, yeah, that's Virtual Boy. And finally, Nintendo Switch. For a while, Switch emulation went through different projects. Asterisk continues that evolution. It's one of the best ways to experience Switch games on PC, offering high resolution, mod support, updates, DLC, and even cheat options. Moving over from previous projects is also much easier, making the transition simple. The biggest problem is compatibility. Not every game runs perfectly, but the games that do run well can look and play better than the original hardware. The interesting thing is, emulation may not be the final destination. Just like GameCube, PC ports are starting to happen with projects like Mario Odyssey being worked on. We might see more games move from emulation into native PC ports. Nintendo's only the beginning. Next, we're looking at the best